Woo. Hi there and welcome to Story Time with Uncle Bill. This is a fit in the year. I rode the 6-pack abs. We do a little bit of bicep and tricep today. We on a job site. You might see smoke come into the frame, hear the crackling of the fire. One of the many things I do and really good at is I'm a landscaper. And right now it's the middle of February and people are looking to get their yard spring cleaned up, and one of my favorite things to do, get your bushes trimmed up, all the old limbs and leaves removed that you didn't get from last year. Weed eat all the nasty weeds you got popping up. Maybe do some fertilizing with the grass. All kind of things to do. Get ready to do mulching beds, red mulch, black mulch, chocolate mulch. Lord, it's my time of the year. I'm also a painter. That's the two things I'm really good at. I'm a restaurant manager. You just want to add it all together. Every now and again, you get lucky, you get to go on a job site and maybe the owner has weights or something. And I'm just one of those people. You know, sometimes, I got to wait for the sheetrock mud to dry. Sometimes I got to wait for a fire to burn out. So I got a extra time standing around. It's not like not lazy or don't have any work to do. It's just that it was required of the job. So if I see you got some weights laying around, or you got a total gym or an ab lounge, any of those things, a bow flex, hey, you think I can work out? Just into working out. If I can get a 2-for-1, it's always. I don't think anybody's ever said no. We're doing a bicep curl. When you're coming up, you should be able to see the palm of your hand, and you should be able to see the back of my hand. When you're coming up, breathe in, get oxygen to the muscle, breathe out through your mouth. In through your nose, out through your mouth. Hear that crackling? So I got a fire going, and it was over right across the street here. Some of my bigger fire accidents have ever happened, like almost losing my eye. Let's see if I got a stick around here. It's probably a poor example. Let's say this stick right here had a fire going, and the bottom of it was burning good, but there was a stick like this. It was a bigger stick, of course, and it had all leaves and junk and everything, but the fire wasn't able to reach it, so it was more like roasting instead of burning. So I started to shake this stick, and I couldn't get it out. I thought if I could get it out, everything would just fall, but probably had a lot of branches like this hanging on, and what really needed to happen was a cut, and it was dark outside. So I tried to pull the stick out, and the stick wouldn't come. So I tried to, something just fell out of the tree. So I tried to shove it forward, and it moved, and a little bit of the stuff fell. So when I tried it again, I pushed with all my might, everything I had. The stick was curled up like this. So when I was trying to pull it, it was stuck. All this was stuck underneath stuff, and it couldn't go nowhere. But when I pushed like this, all the stuff over here, it wasn't binding it anymore. So when I shoved real hard, well, the damn stick broke on me. It came out and shot me right in the eye. Bam! And at the end of it, man, I'll probably get a piece later. When a piece of wood gets fiery hot, it gets those embers, and you can hit those embers, and they blew right in my eye. It's about 8 o'clock at night. It was a Saturday. Everybody was drunk. Except me. I didn't drink. I don't drink. I don't drink like, oh my God, people. You want to talk about hurt? My left eye, it exploded. Those embers exploded. It was a fat piece of wood. It wasn't that skinny twig I just broke. If it was that, probably my eye would have ate it. Wouldn't have been no big deal. But it hit. I went like this, and when I went like that, I thought I threw my, because I had a handful of shit, or I thought I threw my eyeball out. We had a hose. I got a fire going. There's a hose right there. There ain't even nothing to burn around there. We didn't have nothing to worry about, but you always have a hose just in case. You never know. Well, I needed it for my damn eye, so I grabbed a hose. I had it on the shower setting. I'm spraying. I'm like, "Wait, can you see my eye?" We had flashlights out there, so my eyelid had actually, the wood had got into my eye. It was a direct hit, and the embers had melted my eyelid to my eyeball. In 4 different spots. I want you to think about that now. Have you ever got sweat in your eye? Gasoline burns. But if you've ever had sweat, just regular ass old sweat, how bad does that burn, folks? Bad. Took a while to find somebody. Who was actually my case manager. Gave us a ride to the hospital. 2 weeks, every day. So the only thing I know that ever go like that. Had to spray some gold stuff in there. I've got 4 pieces of wood in my eye. I mean, it was a direct hit. Ah! Power behind it. I had to pull my eyelid apart, get the wood out that was around it. In the eye, up in the eyelid. I lost my eyelid all day. Think about it now. We're gonna do some hammer curls. It's like you make a hammer go up. Make the base of the dumbbell hit you. Keep your elbows in tight. Oh man, it hurt. It hurt for a long time. I had to go every day because they didn't know what the wood was going to do. If the wood was going to move, they was going to pull it out like a splinter. But they said it was so far embedded, and they did everything. They did all kind of tests and stuff that they determined that my eyeball would be totally fine with that wood in it. That was before 2009. It was before I was shot. It would leak green shit, pus. I'm not even sure what that was. It was green. It would just ooze. I wouldn't know it. Like I had to wear a patch like for the first 3 or 4 days, and after that it's good to go. Still had to go every 2 weeks though, or every day for 2 weeks. 14 days in a row to the hospital, to the doctor. Same thing. That gold stuff, it kind of hurt. Eyeball feel all weird for the rest of the day. I knew it was a goner, man. I knew my eye was gone. I forked it with a damn stick. Oh man, so make sure for your workout, you consult your physician that you're able to work out. It could be more harmful than helpful. That you're fully hydrated and you ate an hour or so prior. That you warmed up, moved around, maybe stretched a little bit. Came here with a positive attitude and ready to work out. Or here, my life's crazy stories. Of course, I must have made it all right because that's the eye and I can see and it don't really look disfigured or anything. It's just on me, you know. So prior to that, this is over at Eleanor's house. And Eleanor right now is 70, at least 70, probably like 72, 73. I met her when I was 10 years old, mowing her grass. And I just mowed her grass last month or something. So I've been mowing her grass 35 years. I had just got married like 08. Brought my wife down to see her. I was in phenomenal shape. 30 years old, I guess. Yeah, 30. Not long out of prison. Had on a pair of Umbros soccer shorts, the black ones. Tank top, a pair of Umbros, a pair of Adidas, clamshells. I was chilling. She had a pile of wood and she was like, hey, you think you just started? I could wash it. Just start it for me. And I was like, sure, let me give you a lesson in on gas and gasoline and vapors as it pertains to gasoline if you're not familiar with it. So it's not really the gasoline that burns, it's the vapors. You literally throw you take a bucket of gas and leave it out and let all the fumes go away. You can throw fire in it all day and it won't blow up. If you take a little cup of gasoline and you put it in the middle of something and you throw something on it, immediately the vapors around that thing is where that explosion is going to be, and you can hear it goes woof, boom. You can do some man, I'll never know what these called, but you're going to bring the dumbbell up to your chin from the side, keeping the dumbbell close to your body the whole time. I always turn my head. In through your nose, out through your mouth. Coming up in, going down out. Knees slightly bent. Making that bicep work. So I had dumped like 2-3 gallons in the right dead in the middle of this this huge pile of wood. And I knew about the explosion, so I had made a trail away from the explosion, the fire area, so that when I lit it, it'd be like a fuse. And then when it got to the thing, I knew it was gonna blow. So I bent down. I let the end of the gasoline trail, and that shit. Excuse my language. I mean, it just took off. And when I saw I knew I was in trouble. I knew probably wasn't far. Everything calculated. I dove. When I lit the fire, I heard woo, and just dove. And at that same time I dove, boom! I mean, a huge, big ass fire bomb. It went past me. It was just a very brief flash of fire that went up my whole right side. I'm talking about burnt. Actually, I was clean shaven then. Burnt my face, burnt my arm, burnt my side, burnt all the hair off my legs. My legs caught the worst of it. I had baby oil on them too. Boom! She was so mad. She was really mad about that eyeball. Oh my God, baby, you all right? We need to go to the hospital. I said, nah, that's all right. We just put some ointment on it. We'll be okay. I think I've been married like a week. Man, burned my leg up. Well, that mother looked raw. My eye didn't look bad because it hit actually in the eye. Now, underneath it, when you lift the eyelid up, you see all the burn marks and stuff. They're all gone and healed now. And even for like the first day or two, after they pulled the eyelid off my eyeball and stuff, you know, I had to clean all that. It was still kind of get stuck, and I just had to pop it off. I had like a couple little scraggly eyelashes or eyelids or whatever the hell those things are. I was lucky. I'll tell you. You don't have to tell me I'm lucky. I know. That's why I wake up every day happy. First, and I'm free. But I'm alive, doing what it is I want to do for the most part. I got good family and friends for the most part. And I'm just grateful, thankful, and appreciative. And if you are those things, man, life's a lot easier. Because, you know, you got hate and sadness, depression, anxiety, and stuff. All those things that'll bring you down. And most of the time, you just got to do something else. You got to find something that you like to take your mind off of you. As crazy as that sounds, but normally most of the time that's what it is. You got to take your mind off of you. Do something. There's always something. There's a million things to do. But you can have fun doing it, and most of it's free. Don't cost anything to have fun. Like I don't consider this working out like a chore or oh God, I got to do. I want to do it. I want to look better. I want to feel better. When I do things, I want to have the energy and the strength and the power to do them. I don't want to be walking and get tired. I don't want to, you know, go on a zip line or something crazy and not have the strength to even hold the hell on, you know? And remember, a lot of this I do also maybe in hopes that I could save somebody along the way, because I have saved a lot of people. So after you save somebody, you know, the I'm not sure what it's called, but you want to be able to be that person when shit hits the fan, when things are bad, when they're at their worst. Because most of the time, that time that we're talking about isn't a long time. It's a very brief moment. Sometimes it's just a helping hand. Sometimes all you need is somebody hitting the bar like this, and that's your new personal best. Just like that. sometimes it just doesn't take much. So I'm gonna put in the time and the effort that I'm gonna make the best I can of any situation, the best I can. That's all I can do. Uh, Man, it's probably long enough, huh? We'll do one more set. We just do all of it that we just did. The fire needs some help over there. I got a little bit more work to do. My biceps are feeling good. Switch it over to the hammer curls. It's called supersetting now. You do more than exercise at a time, and you just keep it going. Real pump. You do the same thing over here. Ooh. Ooh. I probably made 1,000,000 fires. I mean, it's exaggeration, but it's probably like 985. It's a lot. Some as big as a mountain. Take, not even leave the fire for a week. Just stay and watch the fire. That was my job. And got paid good money to do that too. You'd be surprised. But every fire has the potential to cause mass destruction. So you always have to be careful. You always have to, here in North Carolina, you have to have a burn permit out in the county, and you can't even burn in the city at all. We've actually got 3 local volunteer fire departments around us, and actually know a few on each of them. They're not even hardly worried about this. I couldn't tell you how many times I've actually had the fire department called on me, because I've had big fires, folks. I mean huge, hot, burning ass hot, capable of major destruction. If they got away from me, and I normally it's always by myself and one hose. So that's it. That's all we got. We're gonna do the best we can with that. Like I said, I've never had one get away, but I bet at least 15 times. And you could check in Eastern North Carolina, because every time the fire department is called, they got to write a report. I know because I had to sign it. And the first thing they're going to do is they're going to check to see if the stuff, and in case you don't know, I'll tell you real quick while I do a set. They're going to make sure that you filed that report. Second thing is if what you burning, you're supposed to be burning. And I'm always burning what they call foliage, leaves, limbs, natural debris. Because if you don't, that's a fine. If you're burning like tires, rubber, household materials, trash, you can't burn that. Oh no, you gotta take that stuff to the dump. Pay. If you do, it's a fine. They got a fine for everything now. If you don't have that police or that police report, if you don't have that burn permit, they can fine you for that. They can charge you for bringing the fire department out there. And then they're going to make sure that you can have access to put the fire out. And most of the time, since they're already out there, and they've brought up to 4 fire trucks. Woo! Hey, you all right? Well, that's a big fire you got there, buddy. Yeah, I'm good. Hey, you want us to put it out? And see, I always wanted them to, but I didn't know if it cost money. I should have always asked if it was free. And I will do that, and if I can, because I make big fires, I'm not going to stop making big fires. I get paid good money for that. So, because it's just a lot easier than loading up a trailer, taking it to the dump, pay the money to dump, and then have to dump it and bring it back. And along that way, you could have a tire blowout. I mean, there's a million things that could happen. So normally, if I can help it, and it's feasible, and the homeowner's cool with it, we burn the shit right there. I'll find a spot. I'll take care of it. 9 times out of 10, if you're worried about a little burn spot, I can make that burn spot go away. I mean, it is what I do. But it's always cool to see I mean, I always like the fire trucks. So when they come out, it's just always a cool thing to me. I don't mean to be a inconvenience, a burden, or a nuisance, which I'm not, because I do follow the rules. Because man, I think one time they come out there and charged like $50,000 fine. Till I started, hey, look at this. I have been shut down because I think we burned a trailer one time, and all the stuff that was in the trailer, they made me put that out. And it wasn't easy neither because we didn't have no water out there. It was out in the middle of nowhere. And I think I had like 200 feet of water hose and couldn't reach it. That was the problem. We needed like 300. You ever seen that much water hose? That's how close the neighbor was. You know what you do? I had to just start bringing stuff out of the fire. It's horrible. It took hours to do that. But I have seen what fires can do. I have a few friends that are severely burned from them. I have a few family members that have been in house fires. I just lost a few friends to a house fire. Good friends too. Man, my biceps are sore. I got some work to do, folks. That's a little short bicep workout. Hope everybody said triceps. We're not going to do that at all. Hope everybody's having a good day. Stay safe. If you can, hit that like button. Share the video. Subscribe if you haven't. Peace.